Welcome back. Well, anyway, continuing on with the collection update, we have another Steelbook from Best Buy through the Project Pop Art. We have Leon the Professional. Just like Easy Rider, it's got new disc art, new case. Transfer, however, is the same as the regular edition. Now, I'm probably going to get some flack for this next one, but from Disney we have Johnny Depp as Tonto, Armie Hammer as the Lone Ranger, directed by Gore Verbinski. I know it didn't do too well, but I figured, what the heck, I had a little money to spend, so, yep, the Lone Ranger. And then also from Disney, we have Jon Hamm in The $1 Million Arm, which in this movie Jon Hamm plays like he's an agent, and he looks for the next big star pitcher in baseball, but he goes to India, and it's based on a true story. This next one from Sony I picked up at Target, and I completely forgot that this movie was released. But anyway, it's a digibook of James Stewart and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, the 75th anniversary. Yeah, this came out in 1939, two years before. No, I think it may have been 3 years before Jimmy Stewart did, along with Frank Capra, It's a Wonderful Life. But in between those two movies, Jimmy Stewart went to war. Well, anyway, yeah, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Never watched this movie. Basically, it's about this man who gets elected to Congress, and he goes to Washington, of course. He has to. Yep. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. And also from Sony, we have Muppets from Space, just to add to the Muppet movies that I have. Yep, Muppets from Space. Okay, this next one I picked up at Best Buy at the end of December. Well, actually, no, it was right in the middle of December because I was doing my Christmas shopping. Anyway, for $25, I have The Newsroom Season 2, which Season 3, which will be the final season, is about ready to air, if not already airing. Anyway, it stars Jeff Daniels as Will McAvoy. He's a anchor on this CNN, Fox News type cable network, and it picks up right where last season left off, and all the troubles that go on behind the camera in the newsroom. And this next one from Fox, I've yet to watch. Anyway, it's Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, where Ben Stiller's character has to basically resume his guard duties, but this time at the Smithsonian, because a lot of the exhibits from the Museum of Natural History have been moved to the Smithsonian, and all the artifacts and whatnot start to come to life because of the same tablet from the first movie. And next, from Universal, we have Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and Paul. And it also has Seth Rogen as the alien. Also, Kristen Wiig, Sigourney Weaver, and Jason Bateman are in this as well. And it follows these two guys who are at a alien convention. They run across a real alien, and they must find a way to get him off planet Earth. And from Fox, we have the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This was a really, really good follow-up. Andy Serkis does a great job as Caesar. And of course, this takes place years after the incident in the last movie. And basically, they are on the brink of war with the humans, while there's actually some humans who are willing to work with Caesar. And Caesar hesitantly allows it. But of course, humans aren't really sharing. So, like characters like Gary Oldman, they want to eliminate the apes. But then, of course, there's apes that want to eliminate the humans on top of that. Next, from Universal, in a steelbook, just like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, we have Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, which has the famous shower murder scene. Everyone's had to have seen that. From Fox, we have the 80s movie Revenge of the Nerds. I only paid $5 at Walmart for this, so not too bad. It's about these nerds that start a sorority, and they enter a competition with this other sorority, and yeah. This next movie, released by WWE Studios and Anchor Bay, we have Jason Momoa in his directorial debut, Road to Paloma. Of course, Jason Momoa, he's more known for one of the Stargate Atlantis, I think. And also he's on Game of Thrones. He was also Conan the Barbarian in the remake. Well, anyway, in this movie he stars as a Native American who, after avenging his mother's death, goes cross country and tries to redeem himself for what happened. This next movie I picked up in a 2-pack for $25 at Walmart. The other part is later on in the collection. But anyway, Rudy. I live in Indiana. I gotta get this movie. I never had it till now. About this really short guy from northern Indiana who just wanted to go to Notre Dame and be on the football team. Yeah, Sean Astin plays Rudy, and one of his teammates is played by Vince Vaughn. Father's played by Ned Beatty. Jon Favreau's in this as well. Yep. Directed by David Anspaugh, the director of Hoosiers. This next movie from Olive Films, we have John Wayne in Sands of Iwo Jima. Yeah, one of John Wayne's war movies, where he plays a Marine that invades Iwo Jima. And it's also about his troops, how they think he's just tough on them. Well, there's a reason why. And then they enter battle, and they're glad he's on their side. Next, from the Weinstein Company, we have Frank Miller's Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, Best Buy exclusive steelbook, directed by Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller. Now, I don't know why they did this, but for the Blu-ray, the only way to get it, you had to get the 3D copy. But here's what they did with the 3D copy. Just stuck it in a sleeve. Really? You couldn't have put in another prong here to put, or not prong, but another place to put a disc? Really? Anyway, there is some interior artwork. There's the 2D copy on Blu-ray and DVD. And some more interior artwork. Yeah. I actually kind of liked the last one, so that's why I went ahead and picked it up. I know it didn't do as well, but oh well. I don't care. Put this in right so it'll fit and not get broken. Okay, next from well, Paramount through Warner Brothers for $5 at Target. We have Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow with Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Angelina Jolie. I remember watching this movie when my brother had it on DVD. Anyway, it's about Jude Law's character. He is Sky Captain. But anyway, scientists are getting killed. Not killed. Well, some of them get killed, but yet they get kidnapped. And these giant robots that kidnap them, well, Sky Captain must trace them back to their origins, find out who's doing this, and try to save as many of the scientists as he can. Next, from Paramount, we have a movie which I thought was much better than I expected. Produced by Michael Bay, directed by Jonathan Liebesman. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, of course, when you think Michael Bay, like, oh, no, not another Transformers. Yeah. Well, anyway, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it really wasn't. I know a lot of people give it a lot of flack. But anyway, it tells the origin story. They do change a few things. But, of course, it's more truthful to the original story than what they originally said it was going to be. They said they were going to be aliens. Now they changed it back to real turtles. Anyway, the real enemy for most of the movie is a man by the name of Eric Sachs. Well, Eric Sachs had a big key part in turning them into what they are. Because them and Splinter were part of his lab tests. They ran tests on them. And one of the scientists working on him was April O'Neil's father. But anyway, there was a fire. April's dad died in the fire, or so you think. And then, of course, you fast forward years later. She's grown up. She's a news reporter, not happy with what she's reporting on. And also, she's trying to follow the story on the Foot Clan, led by Shredder. And then one night, being held captive, or being held hostage by the Foot Clan, she knows something's weird when they get attacked. And she winds up going to something leads her to a roof, and she finds the turtles. Next, from Universal, I've actually been looking for this movie for a while. I found it in the 788 bin at Walmart. We have Tremors with Kevin Bacon. About these people that live in this very small town of perfection, and they all of a sudden get attacked by these underground giant underground creatures. This next movie I picked up for $6 at a Dollar General. It's U-571 with Bill Paxton, Matthew McConaughey, and John Bon Jovi, about these U.S. sailors that go aboard a stranded German boat and take control of that boat. And of course, not everything goes to plan. The boat that they came on gets destroyed. They lose several of their men. They have no choice but to use the German boat. Now, this next movie from Sony, I picked it up only $5 in a 2-pack with another movie that's in the what I've yet to show. Anyway, it's Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, 2-disc unrated edition, basically where they make fun of every biopic ever made, starring John C. Reilly as Dewey Cox. I can get this open. Anyway, here's movie on one disc, special features on the other. Yeah, basically Dewey just does like every drug known to man, goes through like a Johnny Cash phase, and also gets is friends with the Beatles and Elvis and everything else you can think of. Well, I told you I got Rudy in the 2-pack. Well, here's the other movie it came with. When the Game Stands Tall, starring Jim Caviezel and Michael Chiklis. About this coach that took this high school team from 0 to, they were a bunch of nothings. They didn't do very well in football until he takes them on a 151 game winning streak. But anyway, the streak gets broken, and something happens to a member or two of the team, and the coach must bring the team back together. This next movie is a triple feature from Universal. Anyway, it's the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Edgar Wright trilogy. I did not get it for this one down here, Shaun of the Dead. I mainly got it for these two. Thing is, I could not find these two separately. The only way I could find this one was in a 2-pack with this one. So I figured, what the heck, just get the trilogy. The Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright. Then here's the other half of the $5 2-pack from Sony. We have Adam Sandler and You Don't Mess with the Zohan. I know. Adam Sandler movie, big whoop, right? Anyway, $5. So I got it, what, $2.50 a piece? And then finally, from Lionsgate, we have the movie You're Next, where these men dressed in these masks attack a family who's having some kind of reunion in their deep woods, and members of the family start dying, and the family who's left fight back. Well, anyway, that does it for me. Till next time, see you later.